Yeah, I mean, it's a opportunity going forward. You know, the NIL, something new. I see a lot of other college athletes getting a new car. So I mean, they offered me, they reached out. So I mean, why not take advantage of it?
Hey, Jayden. Zach Keenan, DevilsDigest.com. How do you feel this week versus previous weeks? I know camp started off, things looked a little dicey between the receivers, but seem to be smoothed out so far.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes with growing up. We have an experienced defense, you know, that played, been through actual fall camp for some years. It just goes out there. You know, it's kind of, like people say, it's kind of rough first couple days, but, I mean, you can't hold it down for too long. I tell the defense that, like, we're going to get going, start clicking, and you can see just the growth from day one to now.
Yeah, Jayden, Chris Carbon, son of a source. Just kind of building off of that, the chemistry from last year to this year with so many new receivers that you had and learning a new offense and everything. What do you think about the potential for this season when you can kind of have a more uninterrupted kind of run of things?
Yeah, I mean, just gaining that rhythm. Last year we didn't have that rhythm, going from game one to having to sit, especially learning a new offense and fall camp and having a whole spring ball, a whole fall camp, it helps out a lot. Knowing that what Coach Hill wants his DNA and just gaining that rhythm before hitting the strides into the season.
Anyone up here? Anybody else? Chris?
Can you talk specifically about which receivers you feel like you've been getting into a good rhythm with? Is it Ricky? You got Thompson coming in from Utah, LV, I know making a lot of plays, Johnny. Like, what do you just talk about some of them and how you feel about the dynamic?
Yeah, I mean, there's many guys. You know, I'm hitting the stride with Ricky. You know, we've been working all off season. He's been hitting me up. We've been working real hard to get where he's at now, and Johnny too. Johnny's been from last year what people thought about him, so he's been working hard this off season. He's starting to hit his stride of just growing up, and like I said, just that growth throughout camp. Brian's coming in, still trying to learn a new system on the fly, so he's getting the hang of it. But at the end of the day, you know, the whole receiver group is making strides, starting to make plays, starting to separate, and we'll see come September 2nd.
Jayden, I know you guys have had to make some more adjustments over the last week with your coaching staff, and Coach Hill has talked about your leadership and your development. How have you kind of stepped in and given a message to your guys just to kind of adapt and adjust and stay focused, specifically in the last week?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough times, especially losing those two coaches right there. I heard a lot of people, especially at the big position groups too, even hurt me. So I was just going in. I told Chase and Jack, I was like, I understand, like, this hurts, just losing the coach, but I got y'all. You know, we got each other. That's all. At the end of the day, you could just see that, especially with the young receiver group we have. Coach Bobby's been doing a great job with them. Coach Hill, be able to oversee everything, and trust Trey to lead us going throughout it. So I mean, it frees up Coach Hill so he can have his input on everything what he wants to do. I think it's just a blessing in disguise.
I know the temperature's been cooler lately. You've been lucky the past couple days. Do you have any advice for the younger guys who may be coming in from other areas of the country who are dealing with the heat for the first time? Because it's tough, man.
It's tough. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you gotta hydrate, but I don't think there's really any keys for this heat. You know, you can't judge it. You can't really tell nobody how to prepare for it if they've never been in this heat. So it's tough. I mean, that's where you choose to come to school, and you just got to deal with it.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Republic. Jayden, you're 2.5 weeks away from the opener. Are you guys where you need to be for being 2.5 weeks away, and what do you think you need to work on the most in the next 2 weeks?
I wouldn't say we're where we need to be. We're getting closer. From the start of camp, you know, it's kind of like, what are we gonna get? But I see like we're making big strides, so we're getting closer to where we need to be. 2.5 weeks away, and then we'll talk about with Coach Hill what we want coming up as we end camp, and prep for Southern Utah. But I know we're making big strides, and I think, you know, just gotta work on the little things, communication, just be able to operate the offense cleanly.
Jayden, Doug Howler at The Athletic. With your name, image, and likeness deals, when people reach out, I think I've seen you have like an established email address. Is that where the inquiries go? Or can you just kind of take us through that process of how people reach out and how you guys might just kind of deal with that whole business deal?
Yeah, I mean, I got, like you said, a business email. They'll either email me or DMs. So, I mean, it's whenever I get a chance, I look at those type of things. And I don't really focus too much, but majority of it goes to email. And I just send it over to my family, and then we just go from there. But it's just little stuff, you know, if they can send to email, help out a lot. So I don't really have to focus too much on social media. It's not really taken away from, you know, football. Football is my main priority, and this team is. But, you know, I tell people to take advantage of it if they can, but make sure it doesn't take away the focus from the team.
Hey, Jayden, Jack Loader, House of Sparky. Herm talked about how excited he was to see this place full of students and fans. Is that something you and your teammates talk about, just how pumped up you are to see this place full in a couple weeks?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, a lot of these the new kids, they didn't really get to experience a full stadium. I mean, they're starting to see the parking lot starting to be full again. You got people moving in, so I mean, it's gonna be fun coming September 2nd to see this stadium full, and to see the excitement that we feed off of from the energy of the stadium, and be able to go out there and just play in front of them.
Jayden, when you self-evaluate, what are some of the areas that you're excited to see your growth this season?
Leadership, just be able to make those big time throws. You know, that's something that me and Coach Hill, we talked about. It's something I've been working on this whole summer, since, you know, the end of the season last year, this whole off season. So it's just something I know it's long overdue. I'm just ready to get out there and play.
Jayden, I believe the classes start Thursday. You're going to be a second semester senior, right? Graduate in December.
Yeah.
Are there many people in your family with college degrees?
Yeah. My mom has a college degree. My mom and my dad. My mom actually has 2 masters. So school is big. My sister, she's about to graduate too. So we graduate at the same time. So that was one of the biggest things for me coming to school is getting my degree. So I just try to do it the fastest way possible.
It must be very special to continue that legacy if your family is so big on education.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that degree could take you a long way once football's done. So, I mean, that's something I pride myself in, getting my degree.